Hey guys, this is Vaughn, and this is another video for my witchy channel. So, this video is basically a little informative for those of you that are new to this sort of thing, about the dark side of magic, and why you should embrace it, really. A lot of people will come into magic and will be told to ward off evil spirits, to ward off negativity, to keep away anything that's bad or dark or wicked. Whereas I, on the other hand, actually tell you to embrace it and accept it. And that's because I don't understand how someone can preach at you about the fact that witchcraft is about balance and yin and yang and all that, when they're also telling you that everything needs to be love and light and sparkly. How I see it is, you cannot have the light without the dark. You cannot have the good without the bad. So why should we embrace one of them more than the other? I don't call upon darkness, and I don't wish evil upon anyone, but I accept and acknowledge that it's there. A lot of people, surprisingly, will actually either be completely scared of anything to do with darkness or evil or, demons, which I'll get to eventually, that they will keep away from that and pretend it doesn't even exist. And that's not being balanced. You need to be able to work with both the light and the dark to be able to do witchcraft, in my opinion. And the importance of doing that is right up. I think it's more important to understand that than it is to understand how to open a circle or how to even protect yourself, because if you don't know what you're protecting yourself from, then what's the point? The biggest problem I have with people that are anti-dark is that they use the word dark. It's almost as if they're emphasizing that anything dark or nighttime, anything like that, is evil. When really darkness to me just means turning the light off, being out in the dark, being out in the middle of the night, looking up at the moon. That's what darkness reminds me of. So you have to ask yourself, really, is darkness all that bad? Should we really just embrace the darkness and the night? The biggest hate and pet peeve I have is love and light. I hate it when someone says, "Oh, blessed be and love and light to you." Lovely. It's lovely, but to me, it sounds very... People will hate me for this, but it actually sounds very Christian and very godly to say something like that. That you need love and light in your life to be happy. You need blessings and good things to fill you to be happy. And you should never delve into the mysteries or the darkness of life, because there's no light and love in them. And it irritates me that people can call themselves a witch, but they don't understand how important and how much we actually work with darkness. A lot of the goddesses use a lot of dark magic, and when I say dark magic, it does not translate to evil magic. It translates to magic that uses the power of darkness, the power of the night, the power of all things that isn't love and light. The mysteries and magic and darkness of life, which is where I put myself. When I cast a spell or work with magic, I will never cast out the bad. I will leave it there. I will recognize that it's there. And I'll know that as long as I know I'm protected, and I know nothing bad can happen, then I'm fine. But I need to have the good and the bad mixed together for anything to work. My dear old friend who is also a witch, and she's been a witch much longer than I have, even though I've been a witch all my life. But she's a very old lady, and older. She's not an old lady, but she's an older lady than me. And she's been alive much longer than me. She hasn't been a witch her whole life, but she's been a witch longer than I have. And she was explaining to me not long ago, I think it was a few years back, the difference between the good and positive sort of magic and the negative, strong darkness sort of magic. And the one thing that stood out to me about her was she wasn't saying that the negative and dark was bad and that you should stay away from it. She was explaining why you should use it sometimes. Her explanation to me was cancer. If she was asked to go help heal someone of, I don't know, being sad, they'd been broken-hearted and they needed to cheer up, she would use love and light. And she would use the magic of pure light to help her regain her happiness and her inner peace. But that's because inner happiness isn't that hard to come across without just a tiny little nudge. Then you have things terrible, such as cancer. If she was asked to try and cast a spell to be rid of cancer, which she has done in the past, she wouldn't ask for love and light to fill the body of the person with cancer, or any disease or bad thing that's in the body, this yucky, bad, horrible thing. The one thing you have to remember is that cancer is a living being. It has every right to be there, as you do. So when you're getting rid of it, you need to be nasty, and you need to be negative against it. You need to harm that thing. And this is why I don't believe completely in the harm you none, do what you will, because it just goes completely out of hand, and you don't understand how much you're actually harming just by breathing. So I don't believe in that you have to go through life without harming anyone, because that's impossible, and yeah. But I do believe in consequences of your actions. But harming some things actually is good, such as harming the cancer inside a person, sending in these negative forces and full of your pure hatred towards it. To be rid of it completely would help the person who has it, the family of the person that has it, and all the friends. It would create such good that it wouldn't backfire too much on you to do it. I do believe in consequences of your action, not so much in karma, but yeah. Anyway, I'll get to karma and all that in another video, because a lot of people don't actually know what karma is. They think it's just whatever you do will come back to you, which isn't right. But anyway, yeah, so with something like that, you couldn't just go, oh, I send in fluff and light and all this to get rid of cancer, because it is a living being that you need to destroy, and to do that you need to harm it. So to harm something with magic, you would need to use the darkness within you, and everyone has a darkness within them. You just need to tap into it sometimes. And sometimes a spell towards someone to cause them bad will actually cause them more good. I'll put my hands up and admit, I've actually casted a spell on someone to feel bad. This someone was a person who was at the top of their game, was on top of the world, and was very big-headed, very flamboyant about being so happy and being so amazing. But actually, the way she was being happy, she was bringing so many other people down, and making so many other people feel like utter crap, that I needed to do something. And so I actually casted a spell on her to make her feel the way she's made others feel. Basically, whatever she's done, her consequences for what she's done would come back to her, but all at once instead of slowly. It worked, and I didn't feel bad about doing it because she needed that, because she is a much better person today. She doesn't treat people like crap anymore, and she's actually much nicer. So that, some people would call that a curse or a hex that I casted on her, was actually good for her in the end. And this is my point. Just because something seems dark and evil and so in the shadows you shouldn't do it, doesn't mean you shouldn't. Sometimes that darkness within you just needs to come out a little so that you can keep yourself balanced. Anyway, that's the end of this video. If you'd like to see anything, or if you'd like to know anything, please add a comment in the bottom and I'll try and make a requested video for you. Also, subscribe to my channel because I would love it if I got some new subscribers. I'm going to be making a lot of videos about rituals, spells, and all sorts, because I'm very active as a witch, being on an island here in Wales that is constantly having something happening in the witchcraft world. So yeah, I'll also be posting reviews of books, and there's one book in particular that I know the author very well, and hopefully I'll be having an interview with that author on here. So, subscribe to my channel if you want to see that, and I'll let you know more about it soon. And yeah, request a video if you want to, and thanks for watching. Bye.